Hey, physics students. Going into the next unit of ours, we need to start thinking about forces. The next two chapters for AP Physics and next couple of units for physics are going to be about forces. And then the ideas about forces and what forces are, what they do, all that, that's going to be stuff that will be with us for the rest of the year. So if we were all in regular live school, we would play a game here called Broom Ball, and we would do it down in the Commons. And I'm going to show you what the Broom Ball course looks like. I would lay out a little box, the start box, which is also the finishing box in the corner. That's like right by the steps in the Commons, like right where you would take those couple steps up to go into the academic wing, like up toward the library and my room and everything. And then the course goes like this. From here, the ball in Broom Ball, by the way, is a bowling ball, and the broom is a broom. That's more self-explanatory, I guess, or completely explanatory. And you got to tap the ball so that it goes along this, relatively straight line here. And then when you get to this part here, which I have marked off with some meter sticks, that is a no-touch zone. You are not allowed to touch the ball with the broom or anything else as it goes through the no-touch zone. Then you got to go around this column here. The vending machines are over here. Don't want to hit those. Or maybe you do. Maybe like a little bag of M&Ms will fall out or something. You get lucky. And then you go around this corner, go through another no-touch zone here. And then you got to do a complete, I would say 360, but I think it's really more of a, what would it be? A 450, right? It's like a whole circle plus another 90 around this column, and then into this no-touch zone, and then around here, and then back into the box. So what's the point of this? Well, it's kind of fun. And also, if you use a bowling ball and a broom and you make the rule that you're only allowed to touch the ball with the bristles of the broom, then it actually serves as a pretty good demonstration of some basic principles about forces. So what I would like, you can read over these rules here. I didn't exactly, with the videos I'm going to show you here in a minute, we weren't too fussy about assessing the penalties exactly. Didn't really matter. And what I would like you to do is watch the 3 teachers that I recruited to be part of this demonstration. Excuse me. And as you're doing that, I want you to listen to, after you watch those videos of them doing it, there's little interviews that I conducted with them. And I tried to get at these questions and see what they had to say. What I would like you to do is answer these questions. And you can base your answers on your own observations. You can listen to their interviews and believe what they say or not. And then for the force diagrams here, I just want to give you an idea. Let's see if I know how to draw on this. So here, if we're going to make a force diagram, this is at rest in the start box. For example, here, we'd have 2 forces, one going up. Well, what I'm trying to do is make an arrow going up like this. And then that would be the force of the floor pushing up on the ball. And then there's also a force of gravity down on the ball like this. If you think 2 forces are equal, then you should make them look like they're equal by making them look like they're the same length up and down. So for example, here, I'll just draw it on the board behind me here with an old-fashioned dry erase marker. So for example, if that's the bowling ball and you think there's a force of the floor pushing up on it and a force of gravity pushing down, you could do something like this. You could borrow that old trick from geometry if you want to, where if those 2 things are supposed to be equal, you can do that little tick mark thing. Say, hey, look, these are equal. And you can also label, you can say, okay, that's a force, but since there's 2 forces, I could say maybe that's the force of like the floor pushing up on the ball, and this one down here, maybe that's a force of gravity, something like that. And if you think there's any other forces, like in the other different parts of this, then also put them on your diagram. Notice here that we want to have all of our forces in our force diagram coming from the middle of the object, whether that's a dot or a little picture of the ball, whatever, coming from the middle and emanating out like the hands of a clock. All right, so let's watch some videos here. I have over here, first of all, I want to say thank you again to these teachers for participating. Miss Hank was the first competitor in Broom Ball COVID version. And here she goes. All right, and Mr. Harden also participated. All right. Mr. Harden's not going to win. Kind of painful to watch. All right, so it looks like Miss Hank's in the lead here. You're keeping score, and then Miss Sabutka. Oh, a foul right out of the gate. All right, so Miss Hank came out on top with the best time there. And I think even if we had accounted for penalties and everything, she still would have been the winner. So I did little interviews with them. So if you want to have this document ready, you can, of course, if you want to, you can write down your answers on just a sheet of notebook paper, whatever you want. But that's what you will upload to me at the end of this assignment. So here's the interviews with them, talking a little bit about their experience, answering